When we think on video games with great stories, The Last of Us or Red Dead Redemption come to mind. But undoubtedly, one of the franchises in terms of narrative load is Yakuza. The first title was released on December 8th, 2005, and this is its story. We are in 1995. Kiryu, the protagonist, is Majima's enemy. Nishikiyama his best friend, together with Yumi. She is kidnapped, so Nishikiyama tries to save her and shoots the kidnapper, who by the way is a patriarch. Kiryu, being the best person in the world, takes the blame and is arrested. In 2005, the clan suffers a debt of 10 billion yen. Everyone finds out at a meeting. Kiryu is finally released and goes to meet Kazama, his father, at a nightclub. That's where he learns about the robbery and the death of Sarah, the new patriarch. Yes, in this universe anyone can die, not like in the other franchises. Shinji helps Kiryu to enter in the funeral. At funeral, Kiryu does what he does best, punching everyone. He then meets Kazama, who plans to offer him information about Yumi, who had disappeared, but he gets shot. The others think it was from Kiryu and he has to escape. He fights with Shimano and runs off with Tate the detective. Reina tells Kiryu that Yumi has a sister, a bar manager. When he goes there, everyone is dead, except for a little girl, Haruka. She's a better shot than Hitman and Doom Guy combined, while she didn't actually shoot them. Haruka tells him that Mizuki is at the top of the Millennium Tower. When they head to the place, Tate tells them that he found Yumi's ring at the scene of the robbery. Tate tells him about the florist, an informant. Kiryu asks him for information, but we all know he wasn't going to give it to him so easily. Just fighting in his arena, he will give it to him. Obviously, he gets it and tells him that a woman asked for Haruka. She was still in Tokyo. They find Date injured and without the girl's company. Indeed, she was kidnapped by Majima, all to fight with Kiryu. After the fight, they try to stab him, but Majima defends him and ends up in the hospital. It's a love-hate relationship. Haruka is on side by another person who tells her that Yumi's pendant is valuable.
This chapter is more filler than anything else. It's about a florist order to Kiryu from a young couple, Romeo and Juliet style. Then they have a little problem with Date's daughter's boyfriend. He was scamming her, so Date and Kiryu dismantle their business. And yeah, that's it.
They find a corpse in the bay with a tattoo just like Yumi. Kiryu contacts with the tattoo artist who confirms that it is his design but not his tattoo. Nishiki asks Kiryu to meet at the Serena bar. Haruka asks Kiryu for explanation. They argue and she leaves without the pendant. Kiryu tries to track her down, but guess what? She's been kidnapped again.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
All because of the pendant. While fighting with the kidnappers and interrogating the leader, the thug gets shot. After this, Kiryu tells Haruka the truth and she asks for his help in finding Jun. Nishiki tells Kiryu that they killed Mizuki, by accident and asks for the pendant. Just as he goes to confess that he shot Kazama, Kiryu hits him and his brother leaves. Kiryu goes to look for Haruka, but everything is turned upside down, and the girl is gone. Kiryu confronts different gangs, which I won't name, and then he learns that the ringleader is Lau Kowloon, so he goes with Date to confront him. Shimano, Lau and Derada work together. They just want to use Haruka as a bait for Yumi to show up and recover the stolen money, to divide it among them so that the Omi Alliance gets more power. Kiryu arrives at Lau, who tells him that he gave up the pendant since Shimano betrayed him selling Haruka. After the fighting and arresting him, Sudo wants to arrest Kiryu, but Date releases him and removes Haruka's custody from the government. Date suspects that the kidnappers and the MIA are in cahoots, led by Kyochi Jingu. Date tells Haruka that the body was not Mitsuki's. Then there are car chase, they manage to get away. Who thought to pick those controls? They suspect Reina because of an old affair with Nishiki and an oath saying he will make it up to her. Shinji fears for himself and Reina as the hitmen are looking for them and asks Kiryu for help. Still, they manage to kill Reina and goad Shinji. Kiryu defeats Arase and the others. Then Kiryu consoles his friend and Shinji tells him to contact his girlfriend. She may know where Kazama is. However, Shinji dies before telling him how to contact her. Kiryu learns that alchemy works at a subland, the Shangri-La, but admission costs 1 million yen, although he can also enter with a membership pass. For this, a document forger helps and gets in. Then he enters Shangri-La together with Haruka. Yes, with a little girl inside a place for adults. How responsible. They meet Akemi. She tells them that Kazama is with Terada, who pretend to work for Shimano to spy on him. She also tells them that they are on a yacht, and that Shinji was looking for her as well. Majima crashes a truck into the entrance, looking for Kiryu for a rematch. Upon beating him, Haruka and Kiryu take off. Already at the dock, Haruka recognizes Terada as the man who freed her. Inside the yacht, Kazama tells him the truth. After Dojima died, Yumi had a lapse and ran away. She lost trust with Nishiki and met Jingu, director of MIA. Then they started dating, had a daughter, but Jingu abandoned them for another marriage. He became ruthless and had journalist Kilo, who asked about his daughter and ordered Sarah to kill Yumi and the girl, to keep everything at a secret. Jingu obtained the money from the clan through money laundering. Sarah obeyed by sending hitmen, but Kazama brought him to his senses. Then Yumi regained her memory and Kazama created a fake identity for her, Mitsuki, Yumi's sister, all to hide her from Jingu. I think we all realized that Yumi is Haruka's mother. As Jingu became more and more powerful, Kazama, Sira, and Yumi stole the clan's money. The problem is that Nishiki found out and revealed it at the mirror. Shimano attacks the yacht as he suspects Rada and follows him. They all fight, but Shimano's men outnumber them. Then Kazama right-hand man appears, Osamu, with reinforcements. They defeat Shimano, but he in desperate act throws a grenade at Kazama and Haruka. Kazama protects the girl and is wounded. Kiryu goes to Kazama, who tells him that the money is in the Ares on the top of the Millennium. He gives him Sarah's will and tells him that they killed his real parent in a hit. He adopted him out of the chain and eventually began to love him as his own son. Kiryu forgives him and cries as Kazama dies. Already at the Ares, they are attacked by Nishiki dogs. Then MIA agents show up. Suto learns about Jingu's crimes on his own and decides to help Date. They finally meet Yumi, but sure enough, the bad guys arrive. In a helicopter, Jingu and his troop ready to kill them and get the money back. He also reveals that he made a deal with Omi Alliance to gain the control of the slums. That's when Kiryu reveals one of the things that no one, I repeat, no one expected. He is the fourth chairman, successor of Sarah. Then Date and Sudo arrive in helicopter and tell Jingu that they have a warrant for his arrest and no more of his men will arrive. Then he managed to defeat them all. But it could not be so simple. Nishiki appears to fight Kiryu and Kazuma defeats him. Yumi opens the chamber with his pendant. In the end, it was important. Jingu returns and shoots Yumi. Nishiki repentantly stabs Jingu and explodes the bomb that was inside the chamber. He sacrifices himself, saving them. The explosion scatters the money all over the Kamurocho neighborhood, Kabukicho in the real life. Then everyone starts to take possession of the cash. Kiryu and Haruka take after Yumi and she dies. The police show up trying to arrest Kiryu, but Date stops them. After a few days, the Toyo clan HQ holds a general ceremony at which Kiryu is officially named for chairman, but resting and elects Terada as the next chairman. Kiryu leaves the headquarters to head to Kamurocho with that, where he picks up Haruka at an arcade. Father and daughter head home together. Well, this franchise has a lot of installments and stories of pure drama, along with a super silly and funny side of missions. Even though it is a first installment, in my opinion they did well. Despite their problems, I sincerely believe that they achieved a lot with very little. After an establishment universe, the next installment of the series could be released in December 7, 2006, thus marking that this could go for a long. Although the next game in the series is the second, now that we know the characters, we must travel back in the time and know their first step in the universe. On March 12, 2015, in Japan, Yakuza 0 is launched. I highly recommend this franchise to every lover of Japanese culture. Today it is on a large number of platforms with all the main installments compatible and the remakes of the first and second game. Oh, and do yourself a favor and play them in Japanese. That sounds weird in English. that was all for today. Thank you very much for watching. See ya. There, after defeating Custody formed a general gripus.